What's going on, people? Welcome back to the channel. Welcome back to Saeed TV. We are here on the 1st of January of the 2025 year. And we are here with the first video, man. I'm with my guy, Younes. Younes, what are you telling me, bro?
Yes. Happy New Year to everyone. Hope you're all good. Hope you're hope you had a good New Year. Hope you're having a good New Year's Day. And yeah, bro. You know what? I'm weirdly looking forward to this, but also not looking forward to it.
Yeah. Bro,
we're both stuffed.
Bro, are we both in the mud right now, or do you class yourself not in the mud?
Nah. Listen, you know, let me explain what's happened here. Let me explain what's happened. Right. We've come to visit you at the grave, and we've stayed way too long that now we're getting sunk into the mud, right?
Oh.
We've not realized we're sinking. We're like, oh, shit, we got to get ourselves out now. Yeah, We're not going back there. We're not going back. But we come to try and pay our respects, and we overstayed. We overstayed, man.
You overstayed, bro. Now you got lost, man. You love me, you're lost and that. You know what I'm saying? It's crazy out here, man. Like, generally, I'm actually baffled, man. 2 losses back to back, bro. Like, for you, man. Obviously, we'll get into United a little bit later, but like,
yeah, it's the same.
Like, bro, listen, we've got I think 4, 5 losses in 6 or whatever it is. We're in the mud, yeah. But like you, man, Fulham, Everton, Fulham, and then this one here. Yeah. Like, how has this come about? Like, literally, because I'm just like, yo, you man were cruising. You man was like chill guy, you know what I mean? You know, obviously there was title talk, but obviously you man played it down. So then we was like, okay, cool, top 4, second perspective. But then now the energy in your fan base, and I'm not saying people are turning on Maresca, but it's like the energy's changed a little bit. It's like, what are we doing? What are you doing, Maresca? Like, come on, mate, fix up, lad.
Now, do you understand why we were saying we're not in a title race?
Yeah. Now I get it. Now we get it.
Does everyone get it now? Yeah. This was the point. Because look, personally, like, I knew it'd get to a point where we will lose a game.
Yeah.
We will lose. And then we did. But the problem is, I didn't think it would happen firstly against Fulham at home and in that manner. And then I didn't think we'd go to Ipswich and lose. Like, and this is where it's like, okay, look, we knew a patch would come, but this isn't as good of a patch that we were expecting. Like, this has gone a little bit too south. Do you know what I mean?
Yeah.
And there's been things on the substitutions that Maresca's making, the way that we're playing. Have we been found out? There's some players that are not, well, in terms of being brought onto the pitch, not done soon enough, not being given enough opportunity. He switched it up against Ipswich, and then we went even more south. So it's honestly just a case of recalibration now, man. But we just need to, like, players need to step up. Maresca needs to step up. I feel like there's an element of his flexibility that's gone out of the window. And this is where, like, we're in a little bit of an unknown now. This is why you mentioned the fan base are a little bit like on edge. Yeah, we are on edge because we were warned by Leicester fans about what to expect in the second half of a season. And the signs that they said wasn't being shown from the beginning up until now. Like, all that they said were like, nah, Maresca's done the complete opposite of what you lot were saying.
Yeah.
Being practically flexible, having different approaches, being able to use the squad, like all the things that they were complaining about. No, he's done just fine here. But now it's the second half of the season. It's like, oh crap, were they right? Like, are we starting to get into that bit? Hopefully that's not the case. There's players in the squad who were not given much opportunity. We saw against Ipswich, it was just out of the window, bro. We're being told that we're tired. It's like, what the hell? We're doing? We're tired. Everyone's tired. Do you know what I mean? We have a squad that we've rotated with for Conference League, so it's not really an excuse. But there are a couple of players I would say that we're over-relying on. And this is where we need others to step up. Cole Palmer, over-reliance. Caicedo and Enzo, those are the ones that can say, yeah, I'm tired. Because they're playing 90 minutes every flipping week. So we acknowledge that this is going to sound mad for some people, but we do need a transfer window to up some of the quality, right? We do need good depth, because if we're going to be playing Champions League football, this squad, in terms of its level, isn't capable of playing at a high level in the Premier League and Champions League football at the same time. So we do need to acknowledge that. The Club World Cup, we've got to play as well. This is where, like, it's a matter of quality now. We do need to think about how we're going to take ourselves to the next level. That's the concern.
And the depth here is one of them where you can rely on as well, because for me, he doesn't rate Felix. He listen, I don't know what's going on with Nkunku, but he keeps playing in the wrong position. He's not a striker, you know what I'm saying to you?
He's
so
not.
It's like, and then Madueke's hit an absolute, which we'll talk about in a second. He's hit a brick wall. You guys are over relying on Cole Palmer. If you don't turn up, you know what I mean? I know he hit the bar and hit the post and whatnot. Could have been a different situation, but you know, I feel like these little problems Maresca isn't addressing is causing you a few issues, and it's kind of mad because it's glaring. Like, you know, you've seen Nkunku not play well there. You've seen Disasi isn't good enough. You've seen you know, Madueke's form hit rock bottom and whatnot. You've seen certain things like, why are you not changing it? Like, is he stubborn? Is he just not adapting? Like, it's kind of mad. You're right. Like, you can see the problems, and you can actually foresee. Like, you can see, like, yo, you can sort it out, bro. You know.
Yeah. There's things as well where, because of the players that we don't have available, right? This is the problem. For example, Fofana can't stay fit.
That's a big miss. That's a big miss.
Gusto gets on a pad period. Disasi comes in and just plays. Disasi should just not be a professional footballer as far as.
Oh man, I got warned about him years ago, man.
Holy shit! Like, it's bad, bro. It's bad. Yeah. So this is where, like, some of the criticism can be. For example, where you got Josh Achiempong, who's sitting right there, who's a right back and can be a lot more dynamic, right? Use him. Try him. And if it don't work, no one can say, "Oh, Maresca didn't try." You know what I mean? The same goes for Mark Yu, for example, who I think has the foundation to be a top striker, but he's super young, right? So it's a case of development, and I get it. But he might just be able to come in and do something, you know? Whereas Nkunku, as you said, plays up front. He can't play up front. That's just not him. Doesn't press aggressively enough. Doesn't show enough energy. Is technically good, but needs the ball to come to him. It's like, that's just not how it's going to work in this way. Yeah. But you want to play him in the 10, bruv, that's Cole Palmer's position. But then we complain about Felix not getting game time. That's his position. You know what I mean? Like, so it's a little bit overcrowded in some places. Lavia, who's not fit, is the one that should be coming in.
The glue. Yeah.
He is the one where, okay, Caicedo needs to come off for a bit, or Enzo needs to come off for a bit. We got Lavia, it's cool. Rotate between the three. You want to shut down the game? Bring on Lavia. We ain't got that right now because, again, he's not staying fit. So this is where there's questions that do need to be addressed, and we'll see how it all pans out. But it's not the end of the world. It's not like disaster. It's a case of, but we do need to win the next game. That is one thing. Like, I'm not going back. I'm not going back. I said this on the review, but I'm not going back to the last 2 years. It's not happening.
But I need you not to beat them. You know that, by the way.
Who?
Palace.
Yeah,
you played Palace.
Yeah, we got Palace.
If they beat you, they go ahead of us.
They go above you. Bruv,
I need you not to do a favor.
I know how you're feeling. You see, we were there at one point, and we were like wishing all the big teams would beat all the little teams, so then we don't go further down the table.
Bro, I am watching that game closely. You lot need
relegation watch, bruv. Relegation watch.
Relegation, broski. Relegation watch, my guy, mate. I'm watching these teams around. Ipswich are 7 points behind us. Brother, you must on Saturday. You must. But that game becomes like, honestly, that game that becomes a mad game all of a sudden. Like,
it is.
And then what's happened with Madueke? Like, what has gone on? Like, he started the season all right, and then has just hit like a brick wall, man. Like, is it his application? Is it like, is he just not good enough? Let's be honest, is he just not good enough for you lot? Like,
yeah, possibly. But no, the most important thing is his disciplinary. It's just the way that he conducts himself. Not in terms of being a bad guy. He's not a bad guy. I think he's a very genuinely nice person.
Yeah.
But I don't think he's mature.
No.
And that's the issue here, because it's been 3 times now. There's been an issue with him and Maresca. And Maresca's correct. Absolutely correct. And in terms of what he's done, he obviously comes to the press and says it's a technical decision. When he says technical, I think we all know. But yeah, 3 times where he's not conducting himself properly. He's apparently been late to like important meetings.
Yeah.
Bro, it's this discipline, and it's immaturity. And this is where personally, and I've had this issue, and maybe players might grow into it, but it's going to take a lot of time, and I don't want it to go down that route. We need some quality seniority in the team, not just seniority for the sake of it, like not just some crap 28-year-old. Like, I'm not saying that, because you do need levels and they need to set the example, but we do lack proper leaders who can show themselves on the pitch as an example and then tell the youngers off the pitch, this is what you need to do. We lack that. We don't have that. So that's a problem, and that only helps create these sort of issues, because there's no one to really guide and conduct and tell players like Mudryk how they got to act. But yeah, that's his problem. That's his problem. And then I think maybe like he scores a hat-trick against Wolves, thinks he is it. I am the guy now. No, bro, no, you've not started. You've not started. Like, and that's the problem here. So yeah, he's putting in stinkers. It's just, he needs to conduct himself better.
Yeah, and obviously January transfer windows here, man. Like, do you see yourselves buying anyone? And because I look at the forward line for you, right, and I look at the attack, and I'm like, could do with a striker, man. Because, but then again, you're like, who's out there that's feasible? You know?
Yeah.
Is it Osimhen? Is he gonna come really realistically? Are you gonna play?
It's not gonna happen in Jan. It's not going to happen in January, especially in today's climate. If this was a few years ago, I'd be like, yeah, have a punt, go for it. Because you would find that not just clubs will be willing to let go, but financially, clubs would have the incentive to go and make these moves. Now, we're living in a climate and in a game where clubs are not going to go and overspend at moments where it's unnecessary. And this is right now in January, when we've got an eye on summer. I think summer will do business. But if you're going to do business in summer, you're not going to do business in January, because you've got to balance your books. You can't just spend. And we've got players to let go, but we ain't got a front of shirt sponsor. This is why I think, like, right now, this is going to play a part. I think it's all going to be focused on summer for what we really need. And that's where clubs are willing to let players go for money, like for big money, but they're not going to disrupt their season halfway through just for a bit of cash. I feel like the climate isn't right to go and do big business in January. Well, I think we're going to have a crap window overall. Not Chelsea, just the window overall, I think is going to be poor.
No, I agree. I think the window, like, I think a lot of people expecting a lot of things, like, especially for us, like, we need a couple of players in there. But, bro, I'm just looking at them like, who wants to come to us? And just in general, like, the January transfer.
Nuno Mendes apparently wants you lot. He must be sick in the head.
But I feel like he's playing us for a new deal, bro. You know, one of them was that he's one of the lowest paid players in PSG, which I was shocked about. But then again, I get it, because he came in young. He came in when it was like 19. So he's like, you know what I mean? So I look at like this transfer. It's always been a disappointing one, man. Apart from when you lot signed Enzo, but you played his release clause. Like, when's the last time that like club spent that big money? You know what I mean?
Torres. When we signed Torres. When we signed Torres. That was January. But that was the norm. You could do that in January. You can't do that now.
What was Man United's best ever January transfer? Like, let me see. I think it might have been Vidic and Evra, you know.
Wow, that's years.
Best ever. Yeah, that was years ago.
But this is what I'm saying. You see, like, the quality you could get in that sort of window. Like, you can't do that now. Clubs aren't going to let go.
That. We bought Paul Scholes as a free agent. Remember when we came back? Bruno Fernandes, I mean, I can class him a little bit as a somewhat decent signing at the time. You know what I mean? Henrik Larsson was a good 3 games we had for him.
Larsson, wow.
Juan Mata.
That was a good transfer. Juan Mata. Yeah, Juan Mata.
Yeah, Luis Saha, we bought. That was a good signing. Very,
That
very
was a
good
good
signing.
backup. Yeah.
Yeah, Nemanja Vidic. Yeah, and there you go. You know what I mean? I don't know what Chelsea's are. Let me just check Chelsea's best January signing. I'm gonna look
It's
now.
gonna be Enzo because that money was just ridiculous.
Oh yeah, it was. You know that one there. Yeah, like that one there. Like that was a mad one. When you would negotiate with him.
And the way that it was done, it was just crazy. I mean, I think Egbali like put a threat to like the Benfica owner.
Yeah,
like just straight up some mafia shit. And then the
Ivanovic.
last dish, Ivanovic was a good one. I like Ivanovic, except for when his legs went.
Yeah. Your worst one, yeah, you got Gary Cahill was a good one.
Gary Cahill was a banging one.
Yeah. Nemanja Matic
started the season at Bolton and then won the Champions League. I mean, that's a glow up.
Yeah. Nemanja Matic came in January.
Matic, another one.
Yeah.
He was fantastic.
Yeah. Olivier Giroud came in
another
January.
One. Yeah.
And
him and yeah. Was Rudiger part of a January window too, if I'm not mistaken? Rudiger came in the same window as Giroud.
Oh, he doesn't say on this one.
But yeah, those were good ones.
Shall I tell you your worst ones? So Fernando Torres, obviously, you know what I mean? Let's be honest.
No, respect to Torres. He scored the goal against Barca. He's forgiven.
Okay. Okay. Fair enough.
£50 million goal. That was one of the best goals of my life. I thank him for that.
Now to be fair, that goal. You know what I remember that goal from? When Gary Neville went, oh.
Yeah, exactly. Iconic.
Obviously you got João Felix in last two summers, two windows or something.
Yep.
Gonzalo Higuain. Did you say it was a flop?
Higuain, Pato,
yeah, and Cuadrado.
Cuadrado. He was all right, but he hardly played.
Yeah. United ain't coming out of the mud anytime. Yeah, where I don't know. Generally, where we literally. I'm looking around and I'm like, bro, can 2025 be a good year for Man United? Like, can it? Can it just be a good year, bro? Or is it going to be the same old rubbish? Because, boy, we've won the FA Cup in 2024, yeah, but, like, it's been a dreadful year. Dreadful year. And Amorim is talking about relegation and and road to 40. Like, it's generally road to 40 points. Like, we need 18 points, yeah, from the last.
You still need 18?
Well, to get to 40 points, yeah.
And we're halfway through the season.
Yeah, we're on 22 right now. 18, and we're halfway through.
You know what? I think what will
halfway
happen
through.
You're gonna do it because look, we've learned from this, yeah. There are just other teams that are just poor. Yeah. There are teams that are just going to get relegated. It's as simple as that. And that's not going to be United. You'll survive, but you're just about. I reckon you'll get to like 46 or 45.
Bro, you like generally, if you lot gift the 2 relegation zone, 6 points, man. I swear down, man. Chelsea are going to become public enemy number 1, you know. If you no, don't think about it. If you imagine you lot gave 6 points here to the 2 teams that are around us and help them out, bro. Broski, it's peak out here, you know.
You know, we are Charity FC.
Yeah.
Just saying.
Like, do you like genuinely, do you see Amorim in any sort of trouble, or do you think he's got the grace of, you know what, like
Amorim's got no blame in this whatsoever.
No blame.
The man has walked straight into a Storm 5 hurricane, Category 5 hurricane.
Bro.
He has walked straight into that, yeah? I don't blame him one bit. I mean, to try and ask him to even steer a ship is just, that's enough credit.
Bro.
I saw the meme of him, like, when he was at Sporting, compared to now. It's like, you know, in Squid Game where you have like the first
yeah.
Look, the thing with you lot, there's 2 things. There's this ownership, and I still don't know how things are being run. Like, have things genuinely been shifted to Ineos? Are they making a lot of these calls that just don't make sense, or is it still the Glazers and these guys are just the front man? And I gotta be real. Your squad, let's be logical. There isn't one player, listen to this carefully, yeah. There isn't one player in your whole squad that you can realistically look at and go, Man United quality. First team, starting 11 quality for Manchester United. There's not one. For different reasons. Like there's players like Amad Diallo, Kobe Mainu, who can get there. They can get there, but they're not there yet. But they can get there. Like those are ones that I definitely have in the squad. And then for future, they might end up being those players for sure. I'm not taking that away. But everyone else, there's not one. Chelsea, for example, we've got our problems. But you look at Cole Palmer and you're like, it's a no-brainer. Or you look at Caicedo now, no-brainer. Yeah? Man United ain't got one. Like even Bruno Fernandes, you're telling me like he's a Man United caliber player. He's playing like one right now. He's not. Rashford, like these are the guys that you'd think should be it. Everyone else below, at best, squad player. At best. Your quality, it's just not there. So there's that. And the way the club's being run, the uncertainty, and then Amorim gets thrown into that. Mate, good luck to him.
Yeah, no, I can't lie to you. You're spot on, bro. It's peak. It's right now, it's peak, bro. It is peak, man. Like
open heart surgery, man.
Open heart surgery, bro. And the thing is, right now, I don't trust Ineos. Ineos have got to get rid of like, man. Like with you, yeah. Don't get me wrong. Your guys, you got rid of them, but like they were wanted as well. Like, bro. My guys, when you get rid of them, bro, some of them might not want to leave. They say, yo, listen, I don't want to go there. You know when your parents say to you, yo, you got to go this place. We're sending you to this school. I don't want to go. No, you must go. Yeah. These players are the same. You have to leave. Go.
You know what it is? You see with us, I criticize the owners in terms of some of their decisions and all of that, right? But the one thing I can't take away from them, and this is important, I can't take away from them is that from the minute they walked in, they were decisive. They walked in, they had a plan. They had a plan immediately. And it was a plan that made all of us go, what the hell are you lot doing? They gutted the entire club out, right? But they did have a plan. And they knew like, okay, we want to do this. We want to do that. We want to do that. We want to do that. We want this person, that person, that person, that person. And they got everything done, right? And they're still doing that right now. And it's taken 2 years and it still is taking more time. But there is a plan. You can't fault them for the fact that there is a plan, whether you agree or disagree with it. And I've disagreed with a lot of it, but there is a plan. With Ineos, this is what I'm saying. And Ineos and the Glazers, this dynamic, and I don't who's really holding the reins here? Like I genuinely don't know. But what is the plan? What is it you lot are doing? Because all I've seen from Ineos up until now is just hesitation.
Yeah.
It took you a lifetime to sack Ten Hag, and that needed to be done. Because let's be honest, even just Ten Hag and his methods is just. You can't get any inspiration from that whatsoever. So you got to start there. But what's the plan? What's being done? All I'm seeing is cost cutting. That's all I'm seeing. Pure cost cutting. You know, you didn't do a Christmas dinner or charity event and now you've saved 250K. Like, that's all I've seen.
Broski, just cost cutting. I'll be surprised what's next to cost cut in 2025. 2025, but my brother did say there's more losses in 2025, more bad news.
Austerity FC.
Austerity, yeah. FC. Let's trust FC, man. You know what I'm saying to you, bro? Anyway.
That's the problem. It's not looking good. Not looking good.
It's not looking good,
and
man.
You got Liverpool next. Good luck, bro.
Pray for us.
We're not visiting you at the graveyard because we're starting to sink into the mud, so we've got to get ourselves out of there.
Just do your job.
Do our job.
Please help us out. Younes, man, what a way to start 2025, man. Big up to you, man.
Same to you. Same to you. Appreciate that.
Get me. Make sure you check out the Dubai vlogs, people. Link's going to be in the description.
Second channel. Thank you.
There you go, man.
More coming there as well. Yeah, you'll be here at some point. We'll link up. We'll link up.
Yeah,
we'll link up.
Definitely.
And there will be, without question, there'll be football content on the main channel, but there'll be side quests as well. Don't worry. Second channel.
Side. You know what I mean? The new distraction. United. We don't need distraction. We need guys, like the video, subscribe to the channel. We'll see you soon. Take care. Bye-bye. Peace.